Years ago, as an attorney, they had short witness, but yes, they're about 5'3". Right, please. I swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and the truth. Let me go. Be seated. State your name for the record and spell it first and last.
Drew Scott, DREWSCOTT.
Mr. Scott, I'm going to ask you to keep your voice up and direct your answers over here to the jury, okay? Okay?
Yep.
So will you direct your answers over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge asked your name, you're Drew Scott, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm not asking what your address is, but where do you live?
Parsons, Tennessee.
And how long have you lived in Parsons?
All my life.
How old are you?
26.
And what is your birthday?
July 13th, 1991.
Do you know a man by the name of Dana Bobo?
Yes.
Do you know a lady by the name of Karen Bobo?
Yes, ma'am.
You see him in the courtroom?
Yes.
Do you know Clint Bobo?
Yes.
And how did you know Dana, Karen, and Clint Bobo?
I was buddies with Clint, and I was probably just out of high school. And
Well, did you also know there was another person?
we through Holly, yes.
And who's Holly?
Holly Bobo, their daughter.
And what was your relationship to Holly?
We were dating.
We'll ask if Exhibit 1 be put on the overhead. Just you'll turn around and look at the screen. Who's that?
That's Holly.
You said you're dating. Did you love her?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a little bit younger than she was?
Yes.
Just less than a year?
Yes.
Did y'all actually go to school together or no?
We did not go to school together.
Did you go to a totally different school? Different year?
Different school.
Do you remember when you started dating her relative to when she disappeared?
I was just freshly out of high school.
And when she disappeared, you would have been 19 then. Your birthday was in July, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How serious were you about her?
Serious.
In fact, did you give her a gift for Christmas
Yes, ma'am.
before she disappeared?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to hand you a box and ask you to open it up. What is that?
That's a ring I bought her for Christmas.
Was it a special ring?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd she call that ring, or what did you call it?
Promise ring.
Did Holly wear that ring?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she wear it every single day? As best you knew.
Yes.
And Your Honor, I'm not going to introduce it into evidence. Frankly, I hope to return it to the family, but I would like it to be passed if nobody objects.
Let's do this. We'll make it an exhibit, but I will allow you to substitute a photo.
Okay,
Okay? Well, that's work.
that's perfect. So for the time until I substitute it, I'd ask that be marked as the next number.
Good.
And then permission to pass it to
All
the
right,
jury.
pass it to the jury, and you can continue your questions while it's being decided.
I want to ask you, Mr. Scott, do you remember back in the spring of 2011, what your routine was with Holly? Like, how frequently did you see her?
Every night.
Would you come to her house?
Yes.
She was in school then, right?
Yes.
Did that keep her pretty busy?
Yes.
Would you have more times on the weekend, more time to spend with her on the weekends?
Yes.
Did you spend the time with her on the weekends?
Yes.
When you weren't with her at night or weren't with her on the weekends, did the two of you talk, text frequently back and forth?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to draw your attention to the early morning hours of April the 13th, 2011. Do you remember where you were that morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Where were you?
I was on a piece of her grandmother's land, Turkey.
And her grandmother that's back here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You said on a piece of her grandmother's land. Where was it?
Bass Springs.
Okay, how far away from Holly's house was this piece of land?
20 miles, 25 miles.
Far. And what were you doing?
Turkey.
What, were you supposed to go to work that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you go to work that day?
Yes, ma'am.
So despite, what time were you supposed to be there to work?
8 o'clock.
Despite having to be at work at 8 o'clock, you still turkey hunted that morning?
Yes.
With whom?
My father.
And on this piece of land owned by Holly's grandma, did you see people that morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who those people are?
I knew one of them.
But you actually had an exchange with them about hunting?
Yes.
And after this exchange with them, because you were on grandma's land, right?
Yes.
Was there a series of calls or texts back and forth between you and Holly and Karen about your permission to hunt on grandma's land?
Yes.
And you had permission to be there?
Yes.
Do you remember the last text or that you got from Holly that morning, what time it was? And if you don't, it's okay.
I don't.
Was it before you went to work though?
Yes.
You had to be at work at 8?
Yes.
Were you early to work that morning?
Yes, ma'am.
So the last time you heard from Holly would have been before you even got to work.
Yes, ma'am.
And where did you work then?
City of Parsons.
You still work there?
Yes.
When's the last time you actually saw Holly?
The night before.
After that last text on the morning of the 13th, you said you went on to work.
Yes.
At some point in the morning, did something happen?
Yes.
What happened?
My foreman got a phone call and he came to me and had told me what happened.
And what did you do when you got the information about Holly?
I left work and went to where my dad worked and left from there.
Did your dad go with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And where did y'all go?
We went to the Bobos.
And over the next days and weeks, were you over at the Bobos a lot?
Yes, ma'am.
At some point in time, did law enforcement come and ask you where you were that morning, that kind of thing?
Yes.
And have you always been cooperative with them?
Yes.
And you were 20 miles away hunting with your dad,
Yes.
talking to some other people,
Yes.
and texting with Holly.
Yes.
One moment, Your Honor. Drew, I don't have any further questions. Defense may.
Just a second, cross-examination.
One question, Your Honor.
Mr. Scott, do you remember back in April of 2011 what your telephone number was?
No, ma'am.
Would it have been,
No, ma'am.
do you remember what it was?
Not at the moment. No.
No questions.
None.
Listen.
All right, you can step down, sir. You can remain in the program or you're free to be excused. We're going to recess 12 o'clock straight up and down. How about that? Let's allow 1 hour for lunch. You're going to bring it in, so that's to be adequate time.